In this video, I'm going to be going over what is a transformational character arc. So the transformational character arc shows the character, again right here, positive and negative. So I have both, right? We have a positive change and we have a negative change, which I'll dive deeper in the next part of this video. But what it does is it's going to show how the character changes drastically throughout the film, or if it's like a trilogy like Star Wars, which I'll show an example of, you'll see the character arc change, right? And that's what a transformational character arc is. Character arc is the transformative journey that a character undergoes throughout the course of the story. This will include the internal or the external changes, whether they get a personal growth or a decline. So this will happen through the plots that shape and challenge the character. This is shown through the choices and the decisions that the character must make, or what happens to the character. So if a character loses someone that they love, obviously that is going to change how they are from that moment until the new moment. And so those plots give them challenges, and that will shape the character, whether it's a personal growth or it could be a decline. A couple of examples of transformational character arc will be Walter White, Tony Stark, and we can even add Anakin Skywalker in there. So you can tell the negative and the positive, right? Walter White, negative. Tony Stark, positive. Anakin Skywalker, prequels, negative. The original trilogies, positive. This is Creative Writing Lessons. This is where I give you tips and tricks to writing a successful story, especially for beginners. If you're loving this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video so I can keep pumping out these amazing videos. Alright, let's continue the video. A positive change character arc pretty much shows the character at the overall change in a positive way, right? All the struggles and all the flaws, the challenges, lead the character to becoming a better person at the end of it, and which is a positive change from when they first started. Let me jump into an example right now. So for this example, I'll be talking about it in the next slide, but for here, the character could start off really selfish, just all about them, not caring about anybody else. Maybe they seem a little more egotistical. But as the story continues, as they struggle with the inciting incident, right, that can propel them into a positive way, starting off really quick in the story. Or all the other little plots, all other challenges and stakes that are there could show the character go from that selfish person to become this guy who's willing to sacrifice everything for others. The best example that I'm going to show right now for positive change is Tony Stark, right? Iron Man. When you first watch the very first movie, and even when you read the comics, he is shown as this egotistical playboy, billionaire philanthropist that just is like, yeah, it's all about me. I got the money, I got the brains, I got the mansions, I got the girls. Like, you see all this, right? And then he goes out and he's trying to sell his weapons again to the U.S. government. And while he's doing this, after he makes the sale, the inciting incident happens where his Humvee's attacked, the soldiers that protect him are killed, and he's kidnapped, and then he sees the terrorists have all his weapons. And that starts his journey from becoming this guy who just wants to sell, make money, do what he wants, to completely changing a 180 where now he's building his own suit that only he can control because he can't trust anybody else. And he starts making a change for the better, saving the people overseas. And then, of course, like in every movie, he pretty much almost gives his life in every single movie of his, and in Avengers, and of course in Endgame. He's a guy that sacrifices his life to save the universe. Now, how much more positive can you be from a character that started off so selfish and all that other stuff, right? All right, let's jump into the negative one now. Hello there. So I have 2 kids books out of my 4 kids book series self-published on Amazon. If you want to check them out, the link will be in the description below. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, you get these books for free. Negative change character arc pretty much shows that the main character or your character succumbs to all this evil, succumbs to the obstacles and challenges, right? They're not like quote unquote strong enough to prevail, to be the good guy, right? So if you think about like Obi-Wan Kenobi, all this bad stuff happens, so he loses people he loves, like Satine and everybody, yet he still stays good. He might not be positive, like yay, woohoo, life, but he never goes to the dark side, unlike Anakin Skywalker. So here, the character undergoes a negative transformation, succumbing to the flaws and the destructive paths. So with that being said, they can't prevail from it. Pretty much, they fall into this evilness for their own agendas, for something that they want, for their selfish reasons. I know I kind of dived in a little bit of an example in the explanation of what the negative change story arc is, but another great example, besides the Obi-Wan being like positive in Anakin, which I'll get a little more detail to right now, is Walter White. Right? He starts off as this shy guy, and he's a professor trying to change the world by making everyone smarter and doing his stuff, a family man, until he's sick. And then he starts to fall into this egotistical mindset where he's smarter and better than everyone else. He can outthink anybody. And he becomes this egotistical drug lord, and he goes from this sweet guy to just like, who is Walter White now? You know, like, wow, what a change. And that is a negative change character arc that Walter White goes through. Being a huge Star Wars nerd, I had to throw this in here. As I already said a little earlier, hinted at Anakin Skywalker with Obi-Wan. But for Anakin Skywalker, he used to be a kid. He lost his mom, which kind of started him on the path to the dark side, because he felt that loss, right? Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, as Yoda told him. So what we have is Anakin Skywalker, General Anakin Skywalker, Jedi Knight. He pretty much is this guy who's saving planets, trying to protect the world, and then when he realizes he's going to lose the love of his life and his kids, then he starts to accept evil, right? The dark side, to save the one he loves, and that's when he becomes Darth Vader. And then his arc went from this good guy to this horrible guy, and he ends up killing so many innocent people, many Jedis, and he was set on a destructive path. But if we go to the example of the positive change again, think about Darth Vader, how he went from evil in A New Hope to Empire Strikes Back, and when you get to Return of the Jedi, he's kind of already changing, getting to know his son a little bit, and then he ends up becoming good at the very end. So he does end up having another, or a positive change afterwards to save his son Luke, and pretty much from there, the galaxy after that. So Anakin Skywalker goes from this negative to then this positive change. Obviously, it's in 6 different movies. The first 3, negative. The next 3 are positive. The originals, positive. But still, he's a perfect example for both negative and positive change character arc. So for the question of the video, I'm going to be asking right here, what other characters have either a positive or a negative character change, just like the ones I mentioned before? What other characters can you come up with? Comment those answers down below. I hope this video was really informative on what a character arc is, because a character arc really is, I feel, is more important than a story plot arc, because if you can have a great plot, but if your characters are weak, no one's really going to root for them. No one's really going to want to pay attention to them. But if you have an amazing, well-developed character, my God, that will go such a long, long way when it comes to your storytelling. So if you want any help with developing characters, I will have a playlist here and a video up here in the corner to show you how to develop a character, to work on make a better character. And if you guys want any more help, just comment down below. You guys can always email me. Join my Discord. I have videos on there, and I'm putting some PDF worksheets for you guys to help you out if you want to learn more about specific ideas and things in there. So feel free. Everything's going to be in the description below. And don't forget to hit that button right above me, subscribe, so I can continue giving you guys this informative and important information. And remember, I'm always here for you guys. All right, I love you 3000. I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye, guys. May the Force be with you always.